mandate lawsuit. The state of Arizona suing President Biden over his controversial order that requires private sector businesses with more than 100 employees to either be vaccinated or take a weekly COVID test. Let's bring in Arizona Attorney General Mark Brnovich, who filed the lawsuit. Attorney General Brnovich, good to see you. So this mandate is scheduled to take effect on January the 4th. You're hoping that a federal court will intervene and prevent that. You actually asked for a temporary injunction just a few days ago. Frame for us the argument on why you think the mandate is a bad idea.
John, thank you for having me on. And this is one of several lawsuits going on. Our lawsuit is the first one, and ours focuses on the Biden administration attempting to have federal employees and federal contractors mandate that their employees get the vaccine. We think it's clearly unconstitutional. The president has no authority in that anywhere in the Constitution. It sets a very, very dangerous precedent because at the end of the day, our U.S. Constitution can't be masked, it can't be distanced, and it should never be canceled. And that's what the Biden administration is essentially trying to do. They're using this COVID crisis in order to take unprecedented power that the federal government doesn't have.
All right, so you're making the constitutional argument, but there also has to be a harm that you're concerned about. What is the harm to employers or employees that you're worried about?
Well, the logic of the Biden administration, and this came up literally just a few minutes ago in the argument, the Biden administration believes that because of public health reasons and even insurance premium reasons, they can essentially do anything they want to government contractors. By that logic, you could have Boeing, for example, stop letting their employees eat at McDonald's, or you could have people at Raytheon, the federal government's telling them that they can't have sugary sodas anymore. So their logic is essentially they want to micromanage the lives of every single person that has either works for the federal government or has a contract. And it's really, really dangerous because you think about President Obama famously saying that he's going to use a pen and a phone. Well, apparently the Biden administration just needs the Procurement Act. They are using that authority for the government to contract to essentially dictate to 100 million Americans how they should live their lives and what they should be forced to put into their body. And I think it's not only unconstitutional, the president, it's a violation of the Administrative Procedures Act. The president does not have that kind of authority, John.
There's something very interesting about the case, too, that you're fighting in court. There's a couple of plaintiffs here. There's the state of Arizona, but then there's also a federal employee who's anonymously listed in the lawsuit as John Doe. The Department of Justice is now doing everything it can to unmask that person's identity. What do you say to that?
Well, I would ask all the viewers to think, why are they doing that? Because under the law and under the Constitution, it's irrelevant who John Doe may or may not be. But we do know this, is the far left, especially the Biden administration, you just saw this in the story on Loudoun County, they want to basically define, defame, and shame anyone that disagrees with them. And so I think this is an attempt by the Biden administration and his Department of Justice to intimidate people trying to exercise their constitutional rights. And it pains me as a first-generation American to think about the fact that we have a weaponized IRS, we have a weaponized DOJ now, and now the Biden administration essentially wants OSHA to basically micromanage you in your personal life.
All right. Well, as many people might remember, one of the most famous Supreme Court cases in history, the plaintiff was anonymous, and the courts and the federal government were happy to have that person anonymous, Jane Roe, of course. So I'm not quite sure why they want to unmask John Doe in this case, unless it's, as you say, to try to intimidate other federal workers from coming forward. Attorney General Mark Brnovich, good to talk to you today. Thanks so much. Sandra?
A lot of fireworks and tears.